Hi bloomers, and welcome back to the channel. I hope you are doing well today. I hope you are not choosing violence and you are continuing to bloom and you're growing and trying to find peace within your circumstances. So today's vlog is actually going to be inspired by Sam Cooke's song, A Change Is Gonna Come. So let's get into this video. Let's hop right in. So let me take y'all back to my childhood a little bit. So shout out to my dad first and foremost, because if it wasn't really for my dad, I don't think I would know a lot of the songs that I do know, especially songs from like the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. I mean my mom too, right? But mainly my dad when it comes to this side of the music. And you know, any artists like Al Green, Isley Brothers, Earth, Wind and Fire, Casey and the Sunshine Band, and all the other stuff, those were the musics that I grew up to because of my dad. Shout out to you, Dad. And Sam Cooke was one of those artists, especially his song Change Is Gonna Come. I remember like when my dad used to drop me to school or when he was picking me up from school, like the song used to come on, and I always liked the song, though I didn't really fully comprehend what Mr. Sam Cooke was like saying in the song. I always liked the song. And it just so happens that last year I was reading a book from the same book from Pastor Keon, The Shift. He was just explaining how, you know, that song got him through his younger days. And we all know Pastor Keon is like in his 40s or so. So you know this song by Sam Cooke is very old, because Pastor Keon in his 40s and I in my 20s. But anyway, so yeah, Sam Cooke, like, you know, Pastor Keon, he quoted some of the lines from the song in his book, and typical behavior of me, when I saw the lyrics, I started singing it. I can't sing, so don't ask me to sing the song here now. It's not gonna happen. But, you know, I started singing as I was reading it in the book. I started singing it, and since I stumbled across it in the book up until this very moment, it has become a part of my life soundtrack. It's become one of my life's theme songs, and to the point where I blast this song morning, noon, or night. I don't care. Whether I'm singing it in my mind, whether I'm reminding myself of the lyrics in my heart or in my soul, in my spirit, like the song has just become a part of me. Like I just have a newfound appreciation for the song on a whole different level. Now, I haven't shied away from the challenges of life. I have not shied away from or lied about, you know, like my life is not perfect, and nobody's life is perfect, and no one is perfect. However, I would mention things here or there, but I wouldn't go like into full detail about, you know, what's going on or whatever. And I have not concealed from the mere fact that I could comfortably say that the past few years for me personally, like just me, myself, and I have not been the easiest. You know, I have my highs and my lows, you know. Some things I choose to talk about, some things I don't talk about. Some things I express to my family, and some other things I don't talk to my family about. And I'm not ashamed to say it, and I'm sure they know that as well. I don't tell them about, you know, a lot of things, but whatever. But you know, through those things that were happening, I started to really question life, like we all do. And I'm not the first, and I'm not going to be the last. It's not going to be the end of the day. But I've had my moments, you know, where I would just express myself and just be like, what is the purpose of life? Like, is it really just to work, pay bills, stressed out about making sure you have enough funds to do this and that and the next, working tirelessly, then it feels like you're not going anywhere, you're not moving, feeling stagnated. Every time I try to do something, I get shut down, or it doesn't work, or you're turned off because you just don't have the support that you would like to have, right? And then not only that, I started to, like, in the past, question more things because, you know, I watch, you know, my family be torn apart, and then having to deal with that. I've had to deal with, you know, what do they, oh, I can't remember what they call it. I guess you could say like your little growing pains, and, you know, just watching a lot of things unfold and seeing certain things happen, and it just sucks. And then you watch certain things, you see your family struggle, and it gets to a point where, is this what life is? Is this what my life looks like? Is this what it's gonna be at the rest of my life? Is there gonna be a change? Is there at some point gonna be a difference? Like, getting to a point where I started to, like, even question God, like, what's the point of all of this? Like, why do you have me here? And like, is life just about going through trials and tribulations, you know? So sometimes it did feel like it was too hard to be living. Some days I wanted to throw in the towel, and, you know, despite the darkness I had, despite the feelings the thoughts and feelings I would have had in my head, you know, I always knew in the back of my head that things would get better and that there would be hope. That one day, you know, we would get out of this tunnel, whether it was me by myself, you know, watching things get better for my family, you know, and different things like that. I know y'all nosy and want to know, like, I wonder what's going on, but that ain't y'all business. If you know, you know. If you don't know, you don't know. Yeah, so I say all that to say, you know, I had to hold on to faith a lot. And at the time, my faith was not the strongest. I can let y'all know that now. But by having a little bit of hope and a little bit of faith, I think that's why I was able to keep pressing forward. And like I've been finding myself saying this a lot, you're never too old and you're never too young to experience the hardships of life, and you're never too young or too old to learn something. You're never too young to learn from an older person, and you're never too old to learn something from a younger person. So always be humble in this life, and always be open to learn and to grow, no matter your age, no matter how young. Because at one point I used to be like, I'm too young to be dealing with this. I'm too young to be why I feel it. No. Especially when you have a purpose and a calling in your life, and a test for a testimony and a ministry in your life. Yeah, you're never too young to go through things. Like, God don't be looking at all them things. I'm just saying. But I know what it is to battle with, like, those dark thoughts, or like people say, depression and all that stuff, and the doubt and fear. But I want to assure you that you're not alone, and that change is on the horizon, and it's up to us to embrace it. You can choose whether you're gonna let what's happening to you make you bitter, or you can, even though it's hard to, you can choose to just be like, okay, this is life right now, but it's not the end of the world, and not be bitter, but try to just be calm and, you know, continue to go through the storm, and try to be as much as peace as you can, and not allow it to consume you and consume your thoughts and your mind. Because with God, all things are possible, because His faithfulness is what's going to get you through this life. We all go through circumstances. We're all going through challenges and situations, and we feel like we don't know how in the hell are we going to get through these things. But the same God of yesterday, today, and tomorrow is the same God who's going to be with you through everything. The same God that was there for Daniel in the lion's den. The same God that was for David when he was fighting the Goliath. The same God that was there for Moses parting the Red Sea. The same God who was there for Esther when she had to fast for her people. The same God who was there for Deborah. The same God who was there for Christ when he had to go on the cross, who had to die for our sins. It's the same God who is with you. The same God who got you through college and you don't have to pay no one back. The same God who helped you heal from that bad breakup. The same God who was there to help you when you didn't have food on the table and you had absolutely nothing to eat. You couldn't feed your family, and magically someone just pop up and say, hey, I got some food. I have some extras. You want to come over? The same God that has been with you through your hardest times, through the lowest of the lowest. when you was going through that divorce, when you was going through getting fired at your job and you didn't know where the next dime was coming from, the same God who was with you through all those other life experiences is still the same God now who's going to get you through these trying times now. And let me just say this now, the enemy is working 10 times harder because he sees, some of us catching sense and trying to turn to the Lord our Savior. So please reflect on all those moments. Reflect. Listen, y'all see me scratches because I am getting attacked by mosquitoes. Like, I don't get bite like 1,000 times in just recording this. But the show must continue and it must go on. But think of the goodness of God and think of the faithfulness. Think of the faithfulness and His grace and His mercy and all the things that He has got you through. Even in the storm when it felt like He wasn't there. Everything is a process. So sometimes you have to go through the storm. Sometimes we could avoid the storm. Sometimes, we could do a plot twist and we end up not going through the storm, but His faithfulness endures forever. So when you feel like your circumstance isn't changing, know that it is changing. Know that He is working in your favor. Know that He is working it out for you. Know that change is here and change is on the horizon. The road ahead may be treacherous, it may be filled with obstacles and uncertainties, but don't lose heart and don't lose hope. Don't lose faith. Do not throw in the towel. Do not give up because change is here. As Sam Cooke beautifully said and articulated, a change is going to come. So let's keep pressing forward, knowing that brighter days are on the horizon. It's all right. You're all right. You're okay, and you're going to be okay. Baby boy, baby girl, babes, boo, whatever y'all want me to call y'all besides bloomers, whatever it is, just know that it's gonna get better. And you may not see it now, but it is working in your favor. Just remember, it is working in your favor because anything bad that's happening to you, God can turn it around for your good. He can change any situation, any circumstance at any given moment. You wouldn't even have a sign. Sometimes God don't even give you a sign that He about to change it around. Sometimes He just does it. But the main goal is to always be prepared and to always be ready. Stay ready so you don't have to get ready. So bloomers, that's going to be the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope I was of good sound and advice for someone, even if it's just one person. I hope I was. Stay resilient, stay hopeful. Above all, keep believing and keep the faith alive. You only need faith as small as a mustard seed, but there are some of us where our faith should be a little bigger than a mustard seed right now. I say now because I gotta speak for myself, but I love you all. Take care. Be blessed. Have a great day. Have an amazing day. And I will see you all in my next video. Bye. Mwah. Be encouraged. I love you. I love you. I love you.